I know you've addressed this your show. Secret strength of the Browns offense. What is it in your mind?
The tight end room, right? Like, I think that's going to be something that they're going to lean on pretty heavily. We talk about the wide receiver room not being up to snuff, but the Browns probably don't see it that way because they think their number two receiver is really David Njoku when it comes to targets, right? He's going to get 120, maybe even 140 targets this season. He's going to be a huge part of what you're going to want to do, whether it's Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett, who have utilized their tight ends before. Joe Flacco specifically has utilized David Njoku to a great extent, or if it's a young quarterback like Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, and young quarterbacks usually like to utilize their tight end. David's going to play a huge role in this season's success or this season's failure based on his ability to live up to that role of being that veteran, reliable tight end. And we know David has had issues with being reliable in the past, but there are times where David has come through and been very, very useful for this Cleveland Browns team. On the other part of that, right, you got Harold Faden Jr., who seems to be very promising, right? Coming out of camp, everything that we're hearing, he could be somebody that you could utilize really nicely as kind of this like hybrid option here. I don't think he's going to get a ton of targets. We're probably talking about 50, 60 targets for him, but 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, if he's able to get that, that's good work.
So, final year of the contract for David Njoku. Do you think he gets an extension anytime soon? How do you think that plays out?
Yeah, I think if you're the Browns, you should probably want to get at least a short-term extension on David Njoku because he is the type of player that you want when you have a young quarterback around. And whatever happens this year, you're probably going to play a young quarterback. And next year, depending on what you do in the draft, you might want to play a young quarterback. So, given that that's the kind of player I want to surround a young quarterback with, I'd be interested in keeping him, especially since he's a vet.